I think probably the best benefit of my job is to help to make people smile who otherwise wouldn't or couldn't have a smile on their face. So, yeah, that's my deal.
What if the most powerful move a superstar can make is to disappear? Not a scandal, not a comeback interview, not a blockbuster announcement, but silence. Johnny's recent European night out wasn't random, it wasn't casual, and it definitely wasn't accidental. It was a masterclass in psychological reset. In a world addicted to spectacle, he chose shadows. In a culture obsessed with noise, he chose stillness. Tonight, we're decoding the subtle gestures, the symbolic silence, and the quiet strategy that may have just transformed him from public icon.
Just been very lucky over the years. You know, it's a miracle that people still hire me after some of the stuff I've gotten away with. I mean, honestly. So I lay it all down to luck, you know. There was no way to predict, you know, I mean, prior to Pirates of the Caribbean, I was, I mean, you know, labeled, I mean, they literally used to call me box office poison.
Over the past few years, we've seen chaos, red carpets, courtroom cameras, global press tours, flash bulbs detonating every few seconds. But this European night, monochromatic, muted, almost cinematic. Low light, long shadows, no theatrical posing. The visual language matters. Bright lighting screams accessibility. Low lighting whispers control. Instead of standing center frame, he blended into the architecture of the city. Stone walls, narrow streets, old world textures. It felt less like paparazzi footage and more like an indie film still. This wasn't retreat, it was curation. The quiet night out wasn't accidental. It was aesthetic. And aesthetic is strategy. For decades, Johnny's identity was amplified by blockbuster noise, franchise characters, massive premieres, billion-dollar universes. But noise exhausts. For a high-profile artist, silence can function like sensory deprivation, a way to reset the nervous system after years of public overexposure. In Europe, not Hollywood, not the TMZ corridor, European cities offer anonymity layered in history. Cobblestone streets don't care about trending hashtags. Old buildings don't react to controversy cycles. In that setting, he wasn't a headline. He was just a silhouette. Psychologically, that's powerful. Because for the first time in years, he wasn't reacting to the public gaze. He was curating the environment. That's the shift, from subject to author. Watch closely. The lowered brim of the hat, the deliberate walking pace, the refusal to over-engage. These aren't random gestures, they are boundaries. In 2026, we're seeing a rise in what cultural analysts call selective presence. Celebrities are communicating more through what they withhold than what they reveal. And Johnny's silence speaks volumes. By not performing for the cameras, he subtly reclaims space in a public square. It creates a paradox. The less he gives, the more we lean in. And that distance, it creates a new kind of intimacy, not loud, not chaotic, nuanced. The audience becomes observant instead of reactive. We study the details, and that changes the power dynamic.
Johnny, it's such a transformation. What was your initial reaction when you first looked in the mirror and saw your face completely unlike you've ever seen it before?
Well, that was the whole point, you know, to try to lose myself, you know. And not just for me, but to lose myself for the audience. You know, hopefully within the first 5-10 minutes, they forget about the baggage or the other characters I played, and they're not watching me anymore, they're watching it.
For years, headlines were loud. Controversies, court cases, character assassinations, public opinion swinging like a pendulum. But silence is different. Silence doesn't argue. Silence outlasts. This European evening stroll feels symbolic, like an artist walking away from spectacle and toward authorship. No oversized persona, no theatrical exaggeration, just a grounded, almost minimalist presence. It signals a shift from commercial persona to auteur identity. Instead of demanding attention, he lets the work and the mystery carry the weight. That dignified quiet may be more disruptive than any press conference ever could be. Because mystery ages better than outrage. This night wasn't just about optics. It may be a blueprint. In the digital age, constant exposure burns careers fast. But controlled absence? That builds longevity. If this shift continues, we may see future projects framed differently. Fewer spectacle-driven narratives and more intimate, artist-led work. Fans won't just consume headlines. They'll interpret symbolism. They'll analyze gestures. They'll watch closer. And that transforms the relationship. Because stillness has become the ultimate power move. Not dominance, not defiance, control. And maybe the most radical thing a global icon can do is choose when not to be seen.